When we first installed our tiltable solar panels, a lot of people told us it probably wasn't worth the effort. And that's fair. It does take extra time to raise and lower the panels every travel day. But this week, we're finally putting that question, to tilt or not to tilt, to the test.
We're giving the flat panels every tiny advantage as possible because I do not want to be accused of goosing these results.
We're Joseph and Kalyn, and we've been living full-time in our RV for nearly 7 years. At our new boondocking spot south of Tucson, we ran a small experiment with the same weather, the same temperatures, and the same amount of daylight to get some real numbers instead of guessing. While we wait for what turns out to be some pretty shocking results, we challenge ourselves to find the most iconic saguaro cactus in Saguaro National Park before driving into downtown Tucson for lunch.
I've never driven down a trolley track before.
Don't hit that dude. Only to find ourselves in a potentially unsafe situation.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm gonna get mugged.
We also dust off the solar data monitor that's been sitting in a drawer for months, which should be a simple install, but then Joseph couldn't keep his mouth shut.
I think this project should be pretty easy.
No, don't jinx it! We are on our way to our next boondocking spot just south of Tucson. It is day 37 that we just completed.
Just completed 37,
Yep,
we're on day 38.
Yes, and if you're like, whoa, I've been watching these in order.
What happened?
The last video you were at like day 22, 23. Well, remember that Christmas video that we were like publishing out of order?
Yes.
That's what happened.
But we have been boondocking this entire time. No full hookups, no cheating. We were actually at a spot in Congress, Arizona, which is just a little bit south of Prescott, where we did the Christmas video. And like Kalyn said, now we're headed to Tucson. So no full hookups. The boondocking series is still on, and we still haven't experienced a long shower.
We did already stop at a dump station this morning, so we dumped our black and gray tanks, filled up our freshwater tank. We should be good to go for another week and a half. Those of you in the comments, we're tired of us using our phones. Look at the CarPlay. We got the CarPlay on.
At least for right now. So there is a reason that we don't typically use the CarPlay, and I don't know if it's a my phone issue, I don't know if it's a Joe issue, most likely it's that, but CarPlay seems to mess with my phone, so when I turn CarPlay on, the phone no longer connects to the internet, which I'm not scrolling Facebook or anything like that, that doesn't matter, but if the map ever decides to reroute, it just sits here in circles because it's not connected to the internet. It's connected to the Wi-Fi of the truck, and I have not figured out a way to fix that so that the phone will still work on the cell carrier while still displaying the map on here. If anybody's got ideas for that, please drop them in the comments.
Joseph, there's your exit.
There's my exit.
Queen Creek Road.
Nope, not
Want to go
taking
back
it.
to FedEx?
Not taking it. So way back before our second attempt at YouTube, Kalyn and I spent a winter down here in Phoenix. And
we actually had our like second attempt at YouTube on like driving from Phoenix.
Correct,
Like,
we left Phoenix.
Yeah.
So just before that, we spent
Yeah.
the winter here, and I worked at FedEx as a package handler down on Queen Creek Road. That is a winter.
I feel like that was the
I
job.
don't want to repeat.
Yeah, that was the job I think that you hated the most. Like he is
Yes.
so optimistic and usually glass half full all the time.
Yeah,
like,
I enjoy
full.
working, do work. That job just beat
Not
the tar
great.
out of me.
And he realized that you really don't want to ship fragile packages through the mail.
You write fragile on a box, it means nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I have a package for you.
Sounds broken.
Most likely, sir. I'll bet it was something nice, though.
Trin.
I did not expect so many hills here. And where are the saguaros?
No saguaros. They're all in the national park.
Which we are going to take you to tomorrow. And we have a goal for this national park.
It's a very important goal.
It's very important.
Very important.
Is this our turn?
This is our turn.
Now there's 2 possible boondocking spots.
Okay, so we have a backup.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought this was part of the boondocking spot up here, but I don't
What is going
think
on
it is.
here?
I don't know. I feel like there's a...
We got a couple just chilling on the back of their pickup.
Yeah, they look like they're on their first date.
They do look like they're on their first date.
Okay, so, maternity well group site. That's in a mile. I just saw that on the sign. That is our backup.
That's our backup.
That's
okay.
our backup.
The primary one is 4 miles down the road.
Yeah, we're not going to pronounce it.
Okay. We're not going to try.
We will put it on the screen. We're just going to butcher it. I just know it. This is really, really pretty though. So this is the backup group site. It seemed like there can be a lot of people parked here, so which is why I was thinking we should go further down the road to maybe a more private spot.
Okay. Was it where that truck is parked is where the group site is, not further down the road?
I mean, both.
Okay.
Both sections. But I think we'll like this one better.
Okay. Well, nobody's parked there, so that's a good sign. At least we have a backup.
Trinity, get ready.
Get ready, Trin.
There's some cows up here. Yeah, there's some cows coming.
Oh, she's looking.
Is she looking?
She's looking.
Because there's cows up there. Oh, did you spot them? Oh, no. You tell them. You see the cows, Trin? You see the cows? What's funny is she gets a little bit nervous when we roll down the window. It's like she will bark her head off if the window is shut. But somehow opening it up, she's like...
She suddenly becomes a lot more like...
Trin, come. Good girl.
We got like a dirt road, middle of nowhere, and we have a traffic jam.
Yeah,
like
side by side and a truck.
And us.
Also, you see that C name?
Oh, yeah.
That's the name.
Hang on.
Don't try it. Don't try it.
Sanguita.
Oh, my word. No.
Sanguita.
No.
That's my pronunciation.
No.
I'm sure I'm wrong, but
everyone
I'm gonna go
just groaned.
Sanguita. Oof.
Cattle grate. Right, this is the turn. There's already a few campers down there.
There looks like there's plenty of space, though. It just is going to depend on like whether or not there's spots.
Are
So
those
they
the
do. They do
campsites?
have sites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
I just
sites.
don't. I don't think that many campers were here.
Okay.
I see like 4 maybe.
It says they're all marked, so we'll just drive down
See what's available.
and hopefully one's available.
Is this site 2?
Yep, site 1 was full, but 3 of the campers were all in site 1. So
Future site of the thing camp area.
it looks like it's a current site.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on site 3 also looks to be occupado.
I am starting to get a little nervous about this. Okay, a 7, which is the final one,
Yep.
is up there. I just hope, is there a spot to turn around?
If not, we'll back into one of the spots.
All right, we're gonna try turning it first. I think it might make it.
Oh yeah.
That was perfect. And you were worried for nothing.
No. Now we just got to figure out where we're camping.
Yeah, we
Well,
do.
what about this one that was right up the road on the right-hand side?
was
that
it
we
a
passed?
was it a camping spot?
There were other RVs parked there. There's a nice fifth wheel parked down there.
I know what you mean, like kind of going down and
Yeah, it's right across the road over here.
okay.
Let's just maybe scout that and see
Sounds like a plan.
what options there are.
It's always weird when you don't know where you're going to park your home for the night,
And we're not running out of sunlight yet. We still
Not
have like
yet.
an hour and a
Yeah.
half before
Yeah.
we run out of sunlight.
which is good.
That's when you hit the panic button and you're like, okay, we need to be
Yep, where's a
parked
Walmart?
somewhere.
Okay, I do see a fifth wheel down there. So we'll turn right up here and hopefully find a spot. Probably the biggest piece of boondocking advice that will keep you out of trouble. Scout before you pull down a road that you are not sure about. We've gotten ourselves in some pretty sticky situations by not following that ourselves.
Did you see this sign?
It does say campers.
There's more camping down here.
Oh my goodness, are we gonna see prairie dogs? Did you see this? It said no prairie dog hunting. Black-tailed prairie reproduction area.
Oh,
We
great.
might see prairie dogs.
Something else we'll have to keep Trin out of.
I don't know if we can make it through that slop
Well,
up there.
the road goes around.
It goes around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are some deep mud rivets. I don't know what you call them. So we have decided that we are not going to continue down this path. So we're gonna do the spot that we actually have so that we know we're not homeless for the night. So are you thinking of pulling in through this way?
Yeah, so I think if I pull in and around, we can bring the truck to here and still have the space to pull the truck out, but then we'll be able to face the RV strictly east-west.
Okay.
And it's gonna protect us from the road, but it's also gonna give us much better like solar exposure for the tests that we're running the next couple of days.
Okay, come back.
Yep.
And butt to the left.
Holy smokes!
What?
We're dead parked east.
Oh,
We were trying to park
and
east-west.
that's what you wanted to do.
And I thought we were gonna be a little bit off,
Yeah.
but we are dead parked east-west.
Okay, so those panels are gonna get some sun this week.
The only thing I'm worried about is getting out of here. This tree.
We did kind of get in a little predicament.
We might have to back ourselves out of here.
Make sure you subscribe because that will be in next week's episode.
Oh, did you see the amount of dirt that came off of that?
Ooh, perfectly placed.
So a few weeks ago, you know that we did this really big solar install on the RV and we're loving it, and all the feedback we got on it was positive. Well, most of the feedback was positive. We actually got quite a few people that were kind of questioning our choice to do the tilted panels. Here, let me read you a sampling. Why don't you just leave the solar panels flat like everybody else? You're not gaining much by doing that. For what you gain by tilting, you could add one more panel. This would probably provide more power without tilting. You will quickly give up on tilting your panels. Just add another panel and forget about it. Forget about it. I would leave them down. You really just don't gain that much. The over-under on tilting your solar panels is less than 6 months. Why in the world would you want to tilt the solar panels? It's not going to increase performance that much. Nice setup, but tilting the solar panels isn't worth the trouble. And we keep our solar panels permanently flat on our toy hauler and we make great power. I bet the difference between tilting them and leaving them flat is not a huge difference. Might be worth testing to see if the benefits outweigh the trouble of climbing up on the roof and tilting them every time. Well, here's the thing, Murphy clan, we're gonna take you up on that because you know, all of you might just be right. First, let me explain why we tilted the panels. Because with our old system, we had 640 watts of solar, and every time we got to winter, we ended up chasing power because of our increased power consumption with the heat, and then the decreased power production because the sun was lower in the sky and we had shorter days.
I'm trying very hard while we're up here on the roof not to get my shadow over the solar panels because even though this isn't like a super scientific test, we're trying to, I guess, keep all the variables pretty much the same throughout today and tomorrow. So we've got 4 different parameters. One, we're not moving. So the RV is gonna be in the same spot for both days, today and tomorrow. We also have the weather is within about or the temps I should say, within a degree of each other because the hotter it gets, the less efficient the solar panels are. It's gonna be a clear sky both days. And we're doing a full day today, full day tomorrow, and tomorrow's only 1 minute shorter.
And I'm giving you guys that extra minute. The flat panels get 1 more minute than the tilted panels.
See, no shadow, no shadow. It's just the AC, which that'll be normal. Very scientific.
So last night we turned on the electric fireplace. We drained our battery all the way down to below 30%. I know from our use cases in the past that it's not gonna get up to 100% today. So we'll be able to see what a full day brings in. And then tonight, after sunset, I'm gonna go up, tilt the panels, and we'll run the whole thing again tomorrow.
While we're waiting for our solar test results, we're gonna go explore Saguaro National Park. Now, just be aware that where we're camping, if you wanna camp there too, and I will leave a link in the description to where we are so you have those coordinates. It is an hour and a half away from the park. I mean, more like an hour and 15 minutes, I guess, into Tucson and into Saguaro. And if you didn't know this, Saguaro National Park is actually divided into 2 parts. So the eastern side and the western side. We're gonna visit the western side today because that is where we have the most saguaros. And we have a goal today that we are looking for the most perfect saguaro that we can find.
I don't know about you, but there is a most perfect saguaro. In fact, if you think of saguaro cactus, I would venture to guess 90% of you have this picture in your head, and it's this cactus that looks a little like this.
Your hands are off the wheel.
My knee was on the wheel. Anyway, it's a straight up and down cactus, and then on one side there's a 90 degree, and then on the other side, either a little higher or a little lower, there's another 90 degree.
And that's not really what the saguaros look like.
We got out here the very first time out into Arizona and saw saguaro cactuses, and I'm like, those are nothing like the comics and cartoons.
They've got
and like
15
artwork.
arms, and they're really long, and then some have little nubby arms like a T-Rex.
I would say some saguaro cactuses look like a disc golf course hole, like with the chains hanging down.
I guess I can kind of see that.
But anyway, we're today looking for the perfect one.
Yeah, and I think this goal will be a lot harder.
Yes.
Than you think it is.
But if you're gonna find a saguaro cactus, the perfect one, it's gonna be in Saguaro National Park.
We hope so. I cannot believe how many saguaros are here. Like, we are surrounded, so we have to be able to find the perfect one. I mean, there's thousands. There has to be thousands. The sign at the front says Valley View Overlook Trail, but we're trying to do the Wild Dog Trail, which is about 1.9 miles round trip out and back.
Do you have like a hot tip that the best cactuses are on this trail?
I don't have really any hot tips. So is this the right trail?
According to All Trails, the Valley View splits off.
Okay, so it's
and
part of
goes
it.
left, and then we'll keep going straight.
Okay.
Is what it looks like. Watch out, pokies.
Very close.
I do have one other goal for today, and that is not to get pricked. So I'm gonna have to pay attention to where I'm going.
Yeah, you just literally almost walked into these prickly pears. There's my Wild Dog Trail, which is a little misnamed because you cannot take dogs on this trail.
I know we're only like 1/10 of a mile in, but that is pretty darn close.
It is very close.
I don't think there's anything around the other side. No, that's pretty. The only thing I would like to see differently on this cactus is I would like to see the arms go out just a little further before they go up.
Yeah, I feel like the top's a little bit too tall.
But they are offset, and they are, yeah.
That's a pretty good contender.
That's really close. Almost got pricked.
Ooh, those look really dangerous. Well, that's funny looking.
It is funny looking. Oh, look, it's a little bench. You could sit. No, I'm not doing that.
That one's arm needs to grow a little bit more.
Little nub. This guy looks like he's like running with and swinging his arms.
He's also got a tail.
Oh, yeah.
Popping off too. Is that his little mustache?
Here we've got a parent and child.
Oh, yes.
See, it's got its arm around.
Yup, the mother is comforting her child.
This dude back here looks like he just wants to fight. He's like, you looking at me? You looking at me? This one's arms have arms.
It's got lots of extra growth.
We might have it. Not sure. I'm not sure, but we might have it.
You sound confident.
I'm calling it.
You're calling it?
We got it.
Is it this one right here?
It's right here.
Okay, let's see. Okay, it's a little off center.
Yep, we got the arms off center.
Yep.
Here,
which is good.
Let's do this for scale here.
It's dying. That's my only thing.
Well,
but I do think it's pretty good.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I think the perfect saguaro cactus is a dying breed, and I think that's why they're so hard to find. They're going extinct. We should start a GoFundMe to help save the perfect saguaro cactus breed.
Good job, you found it.
We found the perfect cactus.
There's only one
There
in
is.
Saguaro National
It is.
Park.
Hang
We
on.
searched all the park to find it.
If you go down, what trail was this?
Wild
Wild
Dog.
Dog Trail.
Yep.
If you go down about 3/4 of a mile, maybe just a titch longer than that, you're literally gonna run right into this cactus. So Lost Dog Trail, that's where you go.
Wild Dog Trail.
Wild Dog Trail.
Yep.
It's where you go if you want to find the perfect cactus, but time is limited because I don't know how many more years this thing's gonna be standing.
It might fall over. It wasn't a long hike, but one thing that we forgot was water. And it is dry as the desert out here. Want some?
I'm hoping you don't want any of this left.
I just might want one more sip.
All right, there you go.
I know, I didn't, it's a very small water bottle.
I've got, oh no, I don't have anything left in there. Okay, shall we go grab food?
I am starving.
Let's go grab food.
Nicely done.
Just got to back in to tighten it up, not knock over these little scooters.
Oh, it says all parts of parked vehicle must be within the vertical plane.
Oh shoot! Well, we're about to find out.
That, he's really close.
Woo!
That was close. Don't get hit, don't get hit. The box yard. All right, two things. The box yard, most of the
All but
places
one.
there are closed.
Yep.
And we thought it was gonna be really cool because it's a shipping container thing. Like all the restaurants are in shipping containers. And then it just reminded me of Boxy Park.
We do not
in
do
Orlando.
well with restaurants that are in shipping containers. That's
Apparently
what we have
not.
discovered today.
And I just didn't do enough research to make sure that all the restaurants were open. So we're currently walking down the street to a sandwich shop, but we're kind of trying to do this on the DL because I don't know, I just don't get good vibes.
You're not getting good vibes down here in downtown
I'm a little
Tucson.
nervous. I'm afraid I'm gonna get bugged. Thank you. We survived.
Let's lock this door.
Yeah, lock it. Okay, portions were huge at that restaurant.
The bread is made
Bread
not
is really
there,
yummy.
but at another place in
Sunrise
Tucson.
Bakery, I think.
And
in
it was
Tucson.
amazing. It
was so good.
I've never described bread as fluffy before, but it was the
Yeah.
fluffiest bread. The bread brought the grilled cheese up from like a 6 to a 7, 7.5. So there's your official Joe rating. That's what you're all here for.
It was really yummy.
Yes. But we did research
We
while
did
we were eating.
while we were waiting and eating, and we have some stats to share with you about the Tucson crime rate. I don't know. I just don't get
You're not getting good vibes down here in downtown
I'm a little
Tucson.
nervous. I'm afraid I'm gonna get bugged. According to my professional Google search that I have done, seems like South Tucson is the major crime area, which we are like just above that here. And actually it's one of the highest crime rates in Arizona. So here's some other stats. It says your chance of becoming a victim of either violent crime or property crime is about 1 in 28, which is just insane. Tucson's violent crime rates are approximately 95% higher than the national average. The Tucson Police Department notes a high homicide clearance rate among the highest for major U.S. cities. So it seems like they have spiked in recent years. I think we're done with Tucson.
So if you ever wonder why we like boondocking away from
the city.
because the homicide rates and violent crime rates when you're boondocking are not 1 in 28. I can guarantee you that. Bye, trolley.
So we're gonna head back to the RV, check in on our solar, and tilt the panels tonight, and then be ready for test number 2 tomorrow.
Well, so far, I think this test is going off super smoothly. It was completely blue skies all day yesterday. I double checked the time lapse, perfect day. Today, it's already clear blue skies again. And when I was up there tilting the panels last night, I noticed the panels were really dusty. It took every ounce of me not to wash off the panels because I do not want to put any other thing into this test that could skew the results.
Not that wiping off the dust has too much of an effect.
No, it would have, it's a minor coat of dust. It would have a little bit.
But we're trying to be super honest and truthful so that this test is as scientific as possible.
We're giving the flat panels every tiny advantage as possible because I do not want to be accused of goosing these results. We're getting 78 amps in right now. Stay tuned. We're going to go over all of those results tonight. Right now, I've got a Joe project because when we got this solar system, we got this cool touchscreen to go with it. But the problem is I want to stick it right there in this door. And here's how long the cord is. And let me go show you where we have to plug it in. I've got to plug it in right here. So yesterday we stopped at a couple stores. We picked up an HDMI cable, a USB cable, and an HDMI adapter. I'm gonna say it, guys. I'm gonna say it.
I think this project should be pretty easy.
No, don't jinx it! He just jinxed it.
All I've got to do is drill a hole. I might be able to use the existing hole, but I think I need to drill a fresh hole. Go through that storage area and then drill a hole on the cabinet. And that should be it. Put 4 screws in, boom, done, simple.
When he starts drilling things, it is not simple. There we go.
I don't know if this is gonna be long enough. I think it's gonna be long enough.
Really?
It's HDMI cable time. So this controller has an HDMI cable, which is for the display, and it's got a USB cable for the power, but both plug into there. So I have to run 2 cables in order to make it work.
This monitor that we are installing isn't technically necessary, but it is a lot quicker to access. Like, we have been using apps to basically monitor what's coming in, solar range, what's going out. This is just gonna make it a lot quicker, and we had this installed in our Jayco, where you can just like click a button, see what's coming in.
Now, if you're really fancy, you can also hook things up to this, like tank levels and stuff like this, so you can know how much fresh water you have, how full your black and gray tanks are. I don't know if we're ever gonna get that fancy. And that's pretty maxed out.
Yep, that's it.
Shoot.
Should have bought another one.
Yep, it's not quite long enough.
What did you say about this project?
I plead the fifth. Okay, well, we may have hit our second issue, because the next thing I was gonna do was drill holes so that we can put the controller in place and then feed that wire this way. But there's only I'm only seeing 5 inches of clearance above the breaker box, which is where I was gonna put it. So I wanna go inside and take a quick look at it. I think we'll be okay, but we'll see.
How's your back?
It's good so far. Don't ask me tomorrow. Ugh. Okay, so I wanted to put it right here. This is the goal. This is wasted space.
Yep.
But the wiring ends right here, and I think I'm in trouble because let's pull this out. Yeah, that's not hollow.
It's not thick enough.
There's nothing back. This is the back side.
Yeah.
I thought when I drilled through here that I was accessing that crawl through space, and if I drill through here, I'm accessing this space.
So if you put it up here, you would definitely need more wire.
I probably need more wire, but I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, guys, because my plan got shot. Option B is I attempt to put it here. Let me look. Yes, there's space here. But I do not know how to get the wires from here. I assume they go over here and then down through this wall, because I saw wires underneath that were coming through like a slat. The big problem is what happens if I drill through this and we don't find what we expect. What I expect to find is a hollow cavity that I can fish over. But what if I can't? What if there isn't a hollow space to get into this wall from that spot? And then I have a hole there.
I told him not to jinx it. I told him not to say this was gonna be easy.
I hit a solid wall over there. Ah! No way.
You figure it out?
The dimmer is not quick connect.
Brinkley was actually smart. This is amazing. Okay, so I just found somebody, let's see, Noteworthy Nomads. We'll put a link to his video in the description because he just saved my butt. You're not gonna believe this. Just hold on to this. I don't know how easy or hard this is gonna be, but look how cool this is. Look how cool this is.
Oh my goodness.
Look back here.
Oh, wow.
You can see where the wires go. How cool is that? Start pulling it.
Ah, I see it. We got it.
Okay, all I have to do is put everything back together
Okay.
and then we'll be good.
Okay.
There's nothing, right?
Nothing.
Okay. How about now?
I see stuff.
I solved our USB issue. Look at this.
What do you mean?
We had a USB plug in this outlet.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just ran one of the cords to that. I don't need it to run it all the way to the servo.
Nice.
So we actually have one extra 6-foot USB cord that I already mangled the box, so I probably can't return it. But I think we're good. Let's look through the information. We're getting 1,000 watts in. We're at 67%.
Are you ready to go for a walk? So far, I really do like this boondocking spot, and usually I find the spots on Campendium, but this one was sent to me by a viewer. They were like, hey, if you're gonna be hanging around Tucson, I've got some big rig friendly boondocking spots for you, and this one panned out. All right, Trinity, can you tackle the cattle grate? Can we do it? Because you were scared last time. Oh, look at that pro level maneuver.
She's got it. Just boom.
I know, I'm gonna have to be very careful because I will probably slip and break an ankle. Okay, did it. Trinity, do you see the cows up there?
Let me get my human head start because you're really fast. Okay. Woo! Hop up. So you want me to cube this chicken, right?
Mm-hmm. Because we're boondocking, it's paper plates tonight. No, you may not have these. No, you may not. Okay.
Okay, these are ready.
We are ready to assemble. So we are having dilly chicken wraps with sweet potato fries that apparently have already been seasoned.
Yeah,
Usually we season them ourselves.
I got everything out to season them, and I was like, oh, pre-seasoned.
Trinity,
Oh, hi,
no,
Trinity.
you already had your supper.
You had your supper.
You already had it. No, no, no.
You had your supper.
No. Mm-mm. Couch. Thank you.
Good girl.
Drum roll! It is time.
We've got
for the
numbers.
results of
And
the solar test.
you don't even know them
I
yet.
don't know, so I'm gonna find out the same
I
time
have
you
been
do.
giddy watching them all day, and Kalyn's like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Now, I'm going to be showing you, but guys, a bunch of graphs through this. I'm going to try to explain it without going too deep into the weeds. But one thing I need to hit off right off the bat is this test is just the 6 250 watt panels that we have installed. And since the 370 watt panel is fixed to the roof, we will use it as our control, allowing us to confirm that both days got an equal amount of sunshine.
So first give us
Yes.
the flat panel
So,
test.
so our average kilowatt hour usage is between 4.5 and 5.5 kilowatt hours a day. So we need to be making that number up in solar. So when they were laying flat, we got from the 4-panel array, we got 3.54 kilowatt hours. We only got 0.87 kilowatt hours from the 2-panel array for a grand total of 4.41 kilowatt hours, which is
For
close
the day, yeah.
to what our consumption needs to be, but it's not quite there. So, and that was a perfect day
Right.
in the winter
Full
time.
sun.
Full sun. So we'd be slowly dropping down through these winter
Right.
days as the days get longer. One quick thing with that 2-panel array, it dealt with a little bit of shadow from the AC unit. Just a tiny bit hits
Right.
it as the sun is low in the sky.
But the tilted is still gonna have that part.
It
AC.
fixes it because I move it back.
Okay.
The other thing it deals with is roofs on RVs are not perfectly flat. So our panels are actually like this. The 4-panel array is tilted slightly this way toward the sun. The 2-panel array is tilted slightly away. So that's the other reason that panel drops down.
So 4.41.
All right, we ready for today? The
Ready
tilted
for
numbers.
today. I feel like you're excited to tell us.
Same weather. It was a beautiful day. We got 5.58 kilowatt hours from the 4-panel array.
Okay.
And then from the 2-panel array, we got 2.77 kilowatt hours.
Wow.
For a grand total of 8.35 kilowatt
That's
hours.
almost double.
It is almost double.
Wow.
And so there were several people that were like, why not just throw another panel or two to make up the difference? I did the math.
Okay, so how many panels?
Depending on the side of the RV, again, because the RV is like, slightly
I love
tilted.
that he's so excited about this.
We would have to put between 5 to 9 more panels on the roof to get similar results.
Really? And we don't have room for 9 more.
We don't have room for 9 more. But again, that would be 9 on that left side as opposed to the right side. So somewhere between 5 and 9, that would cost us between $1,700 and $3,000 just in panels and charge controllers.
That's a lot.
Not including wiring, not including the other stuff.
And this is primarily a winter thing.
Yes,
so,
that person who said the over under on tilting me going up on the roof and tilting the panels is 6 months.
It's true.
You're 100% correct because we are not going to be doing this in the summer.
Right.
And I actually wonder how many of the comments where people were asking whether or not it's worth it are people who haven't experienced boondocking in the winter. I don't know. Maybe their rig is good for it. Maybe they have a complete roof covered and they're fine.
Right.
But for us, we've always known when we hit September, we start chasing power.
So tilting them is taking advantage of that sun a lot sooner.
Yes.
Right?
Every hour counts in the winter because you don't know if you're going to have a cloudy day. And when the panels are flat, I'll show you a graph here. You'll see it ramp up during the day when the panels are flat. It's a nice slow ramp up. When the panels are tilted, it goes from 0 to maxed out in a hurry.
Okay.
And we actually left power on the table because that 4-panel array maxes out its charge controller. If I buy a new charge controller for it, we could probably get another 100 to 150 watts of solar in because the charge controller maxes at 50 amps out and it doesn't take any more. So if we put a new charge controller on there, we could actually get even more.
That is insane. So I came into this thinking that tilting would be a little bit better. I didn't think it would be that much better. So there's your scientific test.
Is.
I am absolutely shocked. But I'm so glad that we did this so that we actually had concrete numbers and that we could share it with you, those concrete numbers. And maybe we're going to start seeing tiltable solar panels a lot more in these boondocking spots. Do you feel validated now?
I feel so validated.
You are so excited.
Going into this, I knew that it made a big difference. I really did because we've experienced it. But I wasn't sure if it was going to make as big of a difference. And the big thing for me is looking at that number of 5 to 9 more panels to do it. Like if it was 1 to 2 more panels, that was the thing it was going to be a hard pill to swallow. If it was just 1, 2 panels would make a difference. But no, I feel very validated.
And before we end this video, we have to put our day 40 sticker on. We've been boondocking for 40 days straight. That feels like such a huge accomplishment. And if you have been following along since the beginning of this boondocking challenge, you know that each one of these days correlates to an average nightly campground rate of $55. That's what we chose as the average. We are trying to see how long does it take to pay off a solar system like ours that costs $14,486. So at 40 nights for $55 a night, that is $2,200. And so let me look at my numbers real quick here in the bathroom. We're down to $12,286. Now we know that it's gonna be over 250 nights for us to completely pay this off, but I don't think we're doing all of that in a row. So when I say that we're seeing how long it takes to pay off. It's like, is it in a year for us? Is it a year and a half? Is it less than a year? And we're gonna keep track of that long after the Boondocking Challenge is over.
In next week's video, we are finally going to tackle that snap pad issue that we had several videos ago. So be sure to mash that subscribe button to see whether or not we're finally able to fix that. And if you're new to this Boondocking Challenge, click that video playlist over there. That'll take you back to the very beginning. Or if you're interested in our solar and battery setup, click the video that's gonna appear here when I disappear.